Right. What's up? What's going on, everybody? I can prove it. All right. Hold on. Everybody know I'm live. Like the live, you come through. What's up? I said they can prove it.
Yo,
Yeah. Where you from? What's your ethnicity?
shit, I'm from Cleveland. You feel me? My ethnicity, I'm Nigerian type shit.
You're not from Cleveland. You're from Nigeria.
What you mean? You said
You're
where am
not
I
from.
from? What's my
Yeah.
ethnicity?
Yeah. You're not from Cleveland. You're Nigerian.
Yeah, but like where am I from? Like where was I born?
Where you were born doesn't mean where you're from. That's not synonymous.
All right, but like if so you asked the same question twice?
That's not synonymous. You're from Nigeria.
No. But did you ask the same
What
question
tribe?
twice?
What tribe are you from? Like you're not from Nigeria. I mean, you're not from Ohio or Cleveland. What tribe are you from?
Or what's
None of
the
those tribes can be.
what's no? Let me ask.
None of those tribes can be found in Cleveland or Ohio. So, which tribe are you?
What's the difference between where I'm from and my ethnicity?
Where you're from? You were just because you were born in a place does not make you those people from there. You don't have no generations tied. You have how long have you been in Cleveland? How long has your family been in Cleveland?
Shit, my whole life.
Well, how long is that?
Like 25, 24, 25. But
25,
longer than that, I'm
25,
like,
25, 25 years. You think you have more history there than someone that's been in Ohio since like the 1700s?
nah, but like
Yeah, so
where
you're not from Ohio. You're an anchor baby.
you said it's called a what? An
You're
anchor?
an anchor baby. You're not from there. You're a first generation immigrant.
Yep.
So
First,
you're not.
I agree with that. First generation
Yeah,
for
you're an
sure, for sure.
immigrant. That means you're not from Cleveland.
You said what tribe?
Yeah, what tribe in Nigeria you from?
Yoruba.
Yoruba. Okay.
Yoruba. Yeah. I went. You ever been in Africa? Like at all?
No,
You never.
no,
You never been.
no.
You just like educate yourself and stuff.
Yeah, I educate myself.
What was the inspiration for the topic or of today?
And people prove that they're African descent.
Are you where are you from?
Maryland.
So you're not African.
No. Yeah, if you want to talk about being from Maryland, my folks have always been in Maryland. Some of my folks.
Okay. Okay. Do you believe like you believe you guys have always been there? You guys didn't like get enslaved from Africa and brought over. You guys were always there, right?
Not enslaved from Africa, no. There's dude that you don't have to be African just to be enslaved somewhere.
No, I'm saying like I personally believe that like the whole boat and the slave trade, the whole shipped out from Africa to America was all cap. Like I feel like that shit.
You know, okay, so you believe that Americans, Black Americans have always been in America.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right. But you said, okay, so you're Nigerian, so that's like, yeah, cool. All right. So you are of African descent. So I
Yeah,
guess.
you about to kick me off now because it was too
No,
easy.
you can stay up here.
Oh, type
I
shit.
see.
All right. Yeah, I'm cooling.
But,
He said you're
but yeah.
not Indian. He said you are not Indian. I'm
Can't say John Smith. Somebody named John Smith saying I'm not Indian. The jokes write themselves, right?
Yeah.
What's up, Kai? Yeah, your name is John Smith. Or you name yourself someone that's you named yourself after a loser. So like John Smith ain't even do nothing. You just over there for vibes and collecting information. What? No, that's the guy above me. Huh? Oh, my bad, John Smith.
Hey, Venus, prove you African. What the fuck?
Now he said, no, what? No, that's the guy above me. My bad, John Smith. I was about to
I love
I was about to rip into the wrong person. My bad.
Loving fufu is proof that you're African.
Bro, no, it is not. That's like the most basic food group in Africa. Like that's like you could eat that for like literally lunch and dinner, like every day. It's not nothing special. You could literally go to any city, any state right now and go find an African restaurant that got fufu in it, like that don't prove you African.
If you like it, that proves that you're African.
How do you eat fufu? Tell me how you eat fufu.
I mean, you just dip your hands in it and you scoop it up in your hands, and then you eat it.
How you eat it? Like what you like? Walk me through it. Like when you scoop it up, you put it in your mouth. Then what happens?
Whatever that mashed potato looking stuff is, you put that in the soup.
So you saying like do you chew on your mashed potatoes?
African descent. Nigger.
All right.
Hey, Vita. So do you chew on your mashed potatoes?
No.
You just swallow it?
I mean, yeah, I do.
Oh, you chew on your mashed potatoes? Okay. Do you chew on fufu?
No, I've never had fufu.
She is not African, folks. She is African American, gang.
I ain't African American. I'm just American.
Bro, what's your ethnicity?
American Indian.
Did he glitch or something? he just got quiet. Is he glitching?
No, I'm not glitching. I'm just confused, folks.
You just confused.
Yeah, like first she said she could prove she African, now she Indian. Like, which one is it?
She's trolling you. She's just trolling.
how I know you just not lying right now. Like that's why I'm quiet. I'm just like, all right.
My real name is actually Diddy, so.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you're trolling, folks. Talking about your name, Diddy.
Africa. I'm from Africa. Huh? Oh, we got an Arab.
What?
Watch. Well, we got. All right. So what's up, Applied? What's up, yeah? What's up, Native? FBA.
What's going on?
Oh, we got Santiago.
What?
Nigga, that shit say Satan, bro. Nah.
Why can't I submit? What happened?
Satongi.
Nah, gang. I don't like your name, gang. You gotta change that. That's your real name?
Wait, you said what?
Hey, this dude's sick, man.
Who's sick?
I just came here to say to you. Oh, see, that dude a little sick. You guys came from Africa. You guys come from Africa. All of you guys.
Nah, that's not true. That's not true, gang.
No, we don't.
You come from Africa. If you want it or not, your ancestors are Africans.
What part of Africa you from?
Don't worry about it.
No one is trying to get a
All
passport.
right, yeah. So you get up out of here, man. You don't want to tell me where you're from.
So I'm the only African up here. I feel singled out. Nobody want to raise their hand.
Where did you trace your lineage? Like, what's
Trace
your
my lineage is still alive. Like, you feel
no?
me?
Do you hear what I'm saying? You can't say you feel me to everything, bro. I mean, you're speaking to a man.
What?
Trace
I
your
can't
lineage.
say. You telling me what I can and cannot say now?
You say you feel me. I don't feel anything.
Oh my God, you one of those. All right, gang.
Yeah, your name is Z.
All right, gang. I hear you, twin. It's cool, bro.
I'm not your twin. I'm not even your brother.
Oh, okay. I mean, we are. But if you
That
don't want
is
to call me
true.
your brother, that's your prerogative. You feel me? But it's all right.
But you got to
You
get
can
your
feel-
word.
you know what I'm saying? You entitled to however you want to feel. You still my bro at the end of the day. Like, you feel me? You still my brother at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? We still share a common skin color.
A skin tone?
Yeah, we still share a common skin color. You can laugh all you want to, but I don't know why you being like, you feel me? You like,
I don't feel
you got animosity toward me. You don't even know
What's
me.
up, Matoka?
I don't
What's
have
up, Sosa?
I don't have any animosity.
How old are you?
Ask your mom.
This
Hey, yo, what is going on here?
Bro, this
All
nigga,
right.
he bogus, gang.
All right, we got native. We got
just starting
native
shit for no
FBA.
reason. Like, bro, you're not tough. I promise you.
Hello, Tarvin. Hello, Venus. Hello, Yen. How are you all today?
Saying yo mama jokes in 2025.
You feel me? In 2025, we don't feel you. We hear you.
Bro, shut up, bro. You a lame, cuz. Like, you
Yes,
saying yo mama jokes in 2025, bro. Like, get a
Yes,
grip.
man.
Like, tighten up. For real.
Yes,
like,
man.
you sound slow.
Anyway, where'd you trace your lineage back? What's yours?
This nigga's talking about my lineage.
See, it just say that you don't know what that means. You say you
Hey,
can,
host, he looks like he just missed the whole conversation we had when we was just up here.
and you proved that you're African descent. Where'd you trace your lineage and what source?
I don't have to trace my lineage to do none of that. My lineage is still alive. They're not dead, my nigga.
You still not listening.
Alive.
You
What?
still not listening.
He's from Nigeria.
He's from Nigeria.
Yeah, he's Yoruba.
Okay, so where did he trace it? Like, what source did he use to trace it?
My mom and dad, nigga. What the fuck?
Okay, so you know people can come from there, your mom and dad, and then that can be derived from another place. Your lineage just don't start with your mom and dad, bro.
Okay. What is your point?
That is the point.
Nigga, if my mom and dad came
There
from
it is.
Yoruba, do you not think that the rest of my family tree is from that same? Like, what are you
Nope.
talking about?
Nope. What tribe are you from?
I just said Yoruba.
Okay, what tribe is that? That's a country inside of Africa. What actual tribe are you from?
Igbo.
Igbo tribe. That's a popular tribe, right? Everybody's starting to run that down. So what are you saying?
So okay, so since everybody from there, I can't be from
No,
there?
no. I'm not saying everybody's
So what you trying to say then?
What I'm saying is everybody can Google that, my guy. How did you know?
Bro, what the
that you're
fuck?
from
I
there?
gotta lie about this? So
No,
I
you don't.
My own volition to lie that I'm Igbo.
You told Venus that she lying about saying that she's American Indian.
I said I don't know what she said. She's Indian. She said she's African American first, and then she said she was Indian.
She said she's American Indian.
So I said I don't know if you lying or not because you switching from one ethnicity to another. So I kept quiet. I never said she was lying about being Indian. I kept quiet actually. If you was paying attention,
you said you don't believe that. So I'm saying if you have your source, where did you trace your source from?
I don't need to trace my source. I can look at my father. I've been in my home. Like I've been in my home tribe. Like my home, you feel me? I went to Nigeria in 2018.
You went to Nigeria?
Well, my whole family did.
See how that switches up, guys?
What was the switch up?
Don't worry about it. I'm thinking that you have.
How you gonna say a claim that and talk to everybody and then say don't worry about it? Like back it up. Like what you mean?
I'm just trying to get you out your comfort zone. That's all.
I mean, you only can do that when somebody's lying.
You real uncomfortable.
How am I uncomfortable?
Because you saying I just traced my mom and my dad. You know your mom and your dad have.
I never said I traced it back. I said
okay. So you said
my
you
lineage
never.
My lineage is still alive. That's what I said.
Okay,
how am I uncomfortable by saying
that's fine. If your mom and dad is still there, then yes, that's a piece of that. But where did they trace theirs?
You can do the math, my guy.
See, there's a do the math thing.
You can do the math, bro. Like it's literally, if it's in plain sight, why do I gotta go?
What's plain sight?
So you want me to basically go to my mom and dad and be like, yeah, I don't believe y'all Nigerian. Let me see the rest of my family. Like, what the fuck is you talking about? Like real shit.
Nobody said that. Your vernacular is so poor, bro, that you can't.
Cool, bro. My vernacular can't. Nigga, this is TikTok. You act like this is a university or some shit.
It's not, and this is the reason why
it's not. What?
We got Don Beasley up here. How you doing?
Man ain't for no African tribe, bro. He lying. You
All
just want
right.
some.
I'm lying. All right, bro.
Hey, how you doing? Where you from? Which ethnicity, Don?
I was born in Congo. I live in America right now.
What tribe in Congo are you from?
Fake woke.
I am Bakongo.
Baganga. Okay.
Bakongo.
That's dope.
Okay. Nice. So, well,
Your screen, is it going toward America?
it's going towards America. You know, Americans that say they African, yeah.
Ma'am, how do you pronounce your name? I want to say it right.
Hey, what's up, Mariah?
Oh, my TikTok name, Don Beasley. That's not right.
Okay. So what tribe do you say you derive from?
Bakongo.
Okay. Are you familiar with Mr. Z's tribe?
What tribe did he say he's from?
You got to get him to repeat that. I don't want to say it wrong.
Igbo. I'm from my parents from Nigeria. I was born in Cleveland.
Yeah. I'm familiar with the Igbo people.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are they out of Nigeria? I mean, I've been to different, obviously, countries inside of Africa.
So this man basically calling me a liar. So he want
No.
I'm just kind of like, he wants you to kind of like,
no,
I don't know, like.
I want her to connect the dots.
Okay. I see. Go ahead.
I'm trying to get yours to be proven. That's why. Trying to trace the lineage.
What the fuck? This is crazy. I like it though.
So you're not American? You're American African, or you're African American? Z.
I'm an African that was born in America. That's why I have no accent whatsoever. I was born and raised here. Feel me? So
right, you share the native tongue of where you was born.
yeah, so to speak. Like, you know, growing up, like I'm a dad who was speaking like Igbo to each other. Like I had no idea. I only knew the basic ones, like come here, go get me water, go shit like that. Like just commands and shit and cuss words. That's about it.
So your parents taught you the cuss words?
No, they cuss at each other and then food. I just picked it up type shit.
Always knew the African and American.
So
Yeah.
you are aware that you do have four grandparents. I mean, 4 grandparents, 8 great grandparents.
I don't understand how like y'all can
Hold on,
like.
Before
go
you
ahead.
cut me off, hold on. Before you cut me off,
No problem.
I'm just asking.
Dog, you don't have to mute your mic. I'm just saying. Go ahead.
Oh, I got a call. I was asking, are you aware of who they are?
Oh,
too.
I met my grandma on my mom's side. My dad's side, he pretty much has no other family left alive. On my mom's side, when I was like 5, I got images of my grandma. She would just be like in the living room on a couch or whatever. But I don't know. That's all I remember for real. That's all I've ever seen. I seen my uncles though, like my uncles and aunties.
So no grandparent, like no great grandparents.
No, I never met them. My parents older already. Like when I was what's it called? Let's say like when I was like 10, 11, 12, my pops was probably like 40, late 40s. So boom, my grandma was probably like in her 70s. Or my mama, she was like, nah. If my dad was late 40s, then me and my mom, she was probably like late 30s. So my grandma was probably like 60 something. And then
Do you know when your parents got here? When did they get here?
so I'm the last born of 4. The oldest is 29. And yeah, we all was
Thank you,
born.
GMR.
We all was born here. So I want to say like at least for like 30 some years, 30 plus years. Time. I only went back. Also, my dad, I only went back once, and you know, since like I didn't know what he had going on over there. So when he took us to like the the house he was building, I was like, what the fuck? Like, we got a whole house over there. And he was like the currency difference is crazy. So like it's a pretty big house, but it's still powered by like a generator and shit. He had a goat, and he had a goat outside and everything, but it's gated. And he was in the village. It was cool for real. It was tropical though. Like the rain, when it rained, it really like rained down. Like I'm talking about like wind and everything. Like it was crazy. But yeah, I don't got no reason to like come up here and lie that I'm like Nigerian. That's kind of crazy for real if I'm doing that.
I'm gonna give you a little something, Z. So it takes a lot of, I'm gonna say a lot of resources and a lot of money to trace that stuff all the way back. As far as I got,
it's programmed. I have it programmed. It's saved in my iPhone.
Hold on.
Wish I could use the iPhone to show you this stuff because it's really badass.
Huh?
This junk shit here won't even run.
What's going on right now?
I can't. Thank you. I couldn't beat him.
Yeah. So it take a lot of resources and stuff like that to trace that lineage all the way back. So the farthest I got was about 17 times.
Damn.
Yeah, and it takes a lot of, I'm telling you, it takes a lot of resources, money, and stuff like that. So the farthest I got is about 17 times, and we're traced to the Uganda, and it was from there to the Irish. So I guess the Irish was trading with the Ugandans and stuff like that, and that's as far as I can go. But it, obviously, we're trying to say like the bones of Lucy type stuff.
But like to answer your question, like in terms of like,
hold on, did you say your 7th grade was in Uganda?
Yeah.
Oh wow. They from Uganda or they were Irish in Uganda?
They were Irish in Uganda.
Okay, all right.
But they was doing like trading and stuff like that. This is eras of decades of research, not decades of research. I'm going to say it like that, but eons of research. Through multiple different resources, from blood to swab to certain genetic testing and stuff like that, hair follicles. So it's a lot that goes back.
How much you spent?
Man, so far, I'm not even gonna lie, over the past like 3 years, probably like 4,000.
Okay.
So it's not really bad, and it just really depends on how deep you want to get into it, because there are scrolls that are attached to your bloodline. It's a lot, man. It's not just, my parents are this, but where do they come from? Where do they come from? That's what the lady down at the bottom was trying to get you to see. And it's not, I'm not joking on you, nothing like that. It's more of an educational thing.
My parents, like my dad, he just told me that his pops was like he was like one of the first to start like a banking system in Nigeria or his village or whatever.
That's dope.
Nice.
That's dope.
Yeah. But yeah, I ain't never met him in there, so.
Yeah, I've been to Africa maybe 6 times. From Cape Town, and I met Nelson Mandela a long time ago.
Wait.
Yeah, man. I had a very nice time in Cape Town before. Well, I ain't gonna say before it became British. Just a lot of British people over there, and it's a lot of Chinese people in Africa too. So it's a lot of stuff going on. I've been to he was from. I'm like, man, I wonder how far that is from where you was at.
Oh, with like our tribes, I'm familiar with this tribe. But
where's she from?
Is not, you'll rarely see those people in Congo.
Okay.
Oh, you from the Congo?
Yeah, Kinshasa.
I mean,
yeah, that's
pretty close though. You can, I think.
No, it is close. Like, we have Bantu people, you guys have Bantu people, but I'm saying that, like, yes, we have, like, we know of each other, but like origin-wise, you won't really see a Bakongo person all the way in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Origin-wise.
because I know when I went there for certain humanitarian missions and stuff like that, I was certain tribals, they don't mesh with others. Like anything else. There's 55 different countries in Africa. So it's a very, very big continent.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, man, there's so much going on, and I think I experienced the most racism in Egypt.
Yeah.
Oh, because they Caucasian or whatnot, right? Or am I tripping?
Egyptians have a whole thing going.
Yeah, they have a whole thing going as far as hue and complexion.
Yeah, like the society doesn't want to show the fact that there are dark-skinned Egyptians, and those were the original Egyptians. They want to show the light-skinned Egyptians. Same thing with like Somali and things like that. Somalia, they really want to push out that they're so light-skinned because of the Arabs, but at the end of the day, there's still dark skins there, and they get very, what's the word? They get discriminated against because of them being darker, even though they share the same bloodline as every other person.
That is true. And that's what I mean. There are derogatory terms in the United States, obviously, that we've known, and there are derogatory terms over there for darker skinned people that come over there that claim African American. So when a lot of people ask, like, "Are you African American?" I don't subscribe to that, because that's not my immediate. You see what I'm saying? A lot of stuff that goes deep into that stuff, So I mean, we're talking about from 12 tribes type thing, and trying to get as close as that as possible. And then we're talking about Pangea versus, the United States or what we see it right now in the U.S. So it's a lot of stuff going on. But like she was saying, there's always there's a classification war going on with the hue of complexion, and that's. Yeah. So it's like they don't want to acknowledge the darker skin, but yeah, Egyptians were very dark. The pharaohs, Imhotep, and all these people, King Tut, they were like that. Even when you go to Jerusalem, it's like that. There were darker people. We're talking about, where the equator lies. We're talking about where the sun and the pigmentation would make this person naturally of that hue of complexion. But they were bleaching certain things to please certain Arabs that were funding them.
Okay. Gotcha.
So
it's all like a cover up, and they trying to.
Yeah, because like the Mediterranean area had a lot of influence on North Africa. It got to a point where like North Africa didn't even want to associate themselves with the rest of Africa, because they were like, no, we're too light to be African. But it's like, twin, you're in this.
She said, "I'm twin. I'm dead."
You're African. Yes, you're lighter, but you're still African. It's okay.
That's right. You see, it's a movie called Sometimes in April, and when you get a chance, I want you to look at that. It came from the Hutu and the Tutsi tribes out of Uganda, and this happened in the 90s.
What's it called?
Sometimes in April.
Shit.
It gets you. You know what I mean? It gets to you. I'm just saying, viewer discretion. It gets to you a little bit, but I think that's a good film to kind of dissect, because they have Idris Elba in it, and he plays one of the soldiers. His wife is of a different tribe, and this is when they're talking about like genocide and stuff like that. And this happened in the 90s, man. The Soviets were going over there, and the British were funding people, and it had a lot to do with classification and how we started to turn on each other, and that's even predated. This is why we get to United States and we carry on the same stuff, because ancestor-wise, this is what I believe, it's already in that person to be like that.
Okay. Yeah, I just looked it up now. I bookmarked it. I'm gonna see to that.
Yeah, man, it's a really good film, but it's kind of hard to watch. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I watched it maybe 4 or 5 times, and wrote papers on that stuff, and visited Uganda, and that's why I ended up in Uganda for certain currency values and stuff like that. So I bought a lot of that stuff. The Central Bank of Uganda. It's a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Like you'll get exposed to. You drop it. I'm not saying you don't have a passport, but don't go and get one, man, and just travel. Just travel and see. Like a lot of that stuff that people tell you on the Western side didn't even happen for real when you start to go far east.
Okay. Yeah, right now I got a Nigerian passport and an American passport. My Nigerian passport it's got a green cover.
Okay.
And then the US cover got like a navy blue. So
Me too. I got my Congo passport and my American passport.
yeah. Y'all see this dude in the comments? What's his name?
Z, I'm gonna follow you right quick. Hold on.
All right.
All right, bro. Look at that.
His name's ZMG. He said the Nigerian mix with like Liberians, and can we invite him into the I want to see like what he's talking about. Like, I don't understand. He basically saying that we mix with like Caucasian or whatever, or European descent. I'm like, what? That don't really make sense.
A lot of people did migrate just based on the Atlantic slave trade and stuff like that. And now a lot of people, when they say the slave trade, they're thinking of brute slavery. But a lot of this was what they would call indentured servitude. So they would come over and they would trade services before the coinage came about. They would trade like work services for like housing and stuff like that,
Yeah.
So everything wasn't being beat and stuff like that. Now there are obviously, times where people were badly mistreated and stuff like that. But that happened in all races of people, or hues of complexions. Because even if you call, Africans kings, right? And a lot of people say, oh, we were kings and queens. Well, you had peasants, and those peasants were treated like what they were. So, it's not all a certain, a hue of complexion. And I think in the United States, they make it seem like that. And I think a lot of times that's where you get a lot of your supremacy from. People believing that somebody of a hue of complexion is better. And it's the same stuff that they spill over there.
See,
a quick question, since we were talking about movies. Or do you guys think, especially the ones who are African descent or born in America, do you think movies like Roots, especially, do you think we would have such an attachment to slavery had we not saw things like that?
Because of the fact of like, what's that saying about out of sight, out of mind, that kind of thing.
I agree.
All right, I feel like that would have something to do with it. Like it would be less thought about, but because those movies are so popular and get streamed so many times, like it's just sort of ingrained to a degree, even if it's a small degree. I feel like.
I agree. I just think it's important that we realize some of them, but most of these movies are fake or fictional.
Yeah. Dude had mentioned the Atlantic slave trade. I honestly, like, I have my doubts about that whole thing, to be honest, because my thought process is like, well, from what I want to say, I feel like in terms of just like the dark complexion or just African American descent, period. Like we like we inhabited all parts of the earth. Like we, you know what I'm saying? Like we didn't just start in Africa. So, and when I was doing like a little digging and I tried to look up like the diagrams of the ships and whatnot that, that supposedly carried the Africans over to the Americas, like none of them was real. Like they was all like fake or like depictions.
Yeah, I read something like that too, and I'm gonna tell you why I think the same. Because I did like 12 years in the Navy, right? So we sailed a lot of places. And in the 1920s, they came up with steam power engines, and in the water, especially in the Atlantic, they got what they call geysers. Geysers are big like swells of water that kind of pull directions. So if we didn't have steam-powered boats until the 20s, how was a sailboat navigating through these?
Exactly, like you know
what I'm saying? I've never seen an actual slave ship, to be honest with you. And I think a lot of that were just depictions and went along with a plan. Now there are people that traveled via boat, obviously, but to go from this place to that place, I know how long it take a regular cruise boat to do that, and the vessels and the type of stuff that it has to move. But to say that you move this amount of cargo with no medical, and no place to sleep, your cattle or your chattel, which you will call it, wouldn't even be sellable. To be honest with you, when you get to the Americas, they were all deceased.
You said they were all what?
They will all be deceased.
Yeah, with like the diseases, the sickness, like
right.
Like it never made sense to me in school.
I'm 100% with you on that one, bro. It don't make no sense, and I think that's a version of sophistication of slavery and classification.
Yeah.
To make people think that they had a type of power to bring in big old kings and queens. So from what people say, oh, we were kings and queens. You really think a king is gonna be a prisoner? Won't happen. Hell, a captain will go down with his ship, and you telling me a king of a tribe that's really big old people gonna be like, oh well, get all these chains and come with us? Nah, that's not how that works.
Mm-hmm. So when it comes to like Caucasian descent, what y'all think? Like, do y'all think
we got new people on the panel? Hold on.
All right.
We got like to pass the mic around. All right. Trolling for chicken. What's wrong? Where you from? What's your ethnicity?
What's up, homie? I'm from the Bronx. I'm mixed. I was on your live yesterday trolling you, and you were trolling back. We were having a great time. I just want to.
I don't know. Sounding like that. I don't think we was having a great time.
No, you're the one who was twerking.
One was African. The other one were conquered. Right? If you guys know anything about your actual land, this is coming from a mixed person with white and black family. The way the whites came over to take everything was they gave African tribes, Indian tribes, advanced weapons to take out each other because that's what you guys were doing. And that they came with bigger numbers and just conquered all of you.
No, they didn't.
That's the real history.
No, they didn't.
Stop
Sorry,
all this
that's not the
colonized.
name.
Hold
on. Name a YT person that colonized.
Look, I get what you think, bro.
Name one. You said that's the real history. Name like all right, dude. Like, can you like why are you yelling? Why are you yelling, sir? Why are you yelling?
Stop
like,
yelling.
That's that New York. Like, why y'all so loud? Why y'all so loud 24/7 in New York?
Stop yelling and we'll let you talk. Stop yelling. Stop yelling.
You muted me and then trying to talk over my points.
Just talk normally. Just talk normally.
Yeah, Venus is
watching you try to mute me and then talk over my points.
Just talk normally.
Venus is muting you, dude.
King Leopold. There you go.
Like,
Venus is muting me, not you. Okay.
Yeah. Like,
I just said I did. What? Can you listen? This is
talk.
What happens when you don't listen. I just said if you don't talk normally, I'm going to mute you. I just said that.
Can't you not tell this is how I talk?
Yeah, that's that New York.
Well, stop yelling. Calm down.
Like, cause you're loud as hell in my ear, dude. That's why.
Yeah, that kind of go to show like what type of man you is though. At the same time,
that kind of goes. Because I have an outside voice, it shows what kind of man I am.
That's that New York.
So, but like,
this is insane, bro.
Sir, turn the New York down, please. Turn the New York. We get it. You're from New York. Turn it down now. Nobody wants to be yelled at in their goddamn ear.
I think you love the New York shit so much that you're just
That's that New York. That's that new. Now I muted you. Like, dude, just turn it down, dude. I'm asking you to lower your voice, please.
Like,
that's
why
all I'm asking.
Using your outside voice,
like I'm
inside the crib right now. Like,
but yeah, I'm actually being nice right now, being kind right now. Like, can you please?
Oh, really?
Lower your voice.
What are you gonna do? Block me? Just do it.
Like,
you talk like a female, bro. I'm not gonna
talk like
you.
Like, I'm not. Like, I'm not in. Hold on, one second.
Funny that nobody here.
Let me speak. Just let me speak, dude. Just everybody, just mute up. If I felt like trolling you right now, I would have started already, right? I obviously don't feel like it. Relax. I'm trying to, Venus is muting you. I'm trying to code right now. I actually don't want to raise my voice or anything. Just relax and get it. I'm asking you nicely just to roll over your voice. You ain't got to troll right now, dude. You have nothing to prove with your trolling. You have nothing to just have a conversation. You have nothing to prove with being loud. I'm asking you to lower your voice. Lower your voice. All right, just lower your voice and talk. Now you can speak.
I've literally been using my normal voice, and you guys are still muting but you're
All right,
creating.
now you can use your normal. Now you can use your normal. Now you can use your normal. Now, yeah, now you can. Now you can actually. Now you can use. Now you can. Dude, just talk. Just talk, dude. Now just talk. Now you're off the stage. Just talk, dude. Like, why do men have to act so sassy? I ain't never seen no men act like. I know his name trolling for chicken, so he probably trolling. But dude,
there's estrogen in the water.
I was about to say, like, can y'all be men for a second? Why do men just have to say everything? That must be his YT side.
I want to know how old he is.
That must be his YT side, probably.
Yeah, cause like,
And then your YT side is not European. The Europeans were brown skinned people. So, yeah.
If he's 27, no, he can't be the same age as me.
He's 27, bro.
Also, all the Europeans. European is not a race or an ethnicity. Different Europeans came over here for different reasons, and they were all treated differently. So. Stop associating YT with Europe and stop painting Europe as like a broad stroke.
Y'all want to know how I feel about the Caucasian people, like European people, because they got blue eyes, right, and they white, and they got blonde hair.
Say YT. Say YT.
Okay. So I believe, my core belief is that the YT people are just like defects from a natural Black person, because like it's like, I'm not calling albino people defects, but if you look at a side-by-side comparison with a albino person and then a YT person, it's a lot of similarities, to be honest. Like, so it kind of feed into my other belief with the whole Yakub thing and how they was actually just like they don't have really no history before like 700 or so years ago. They had no traces of history before then, and how they was created, and they was kind of spiced with our DNA with a whole bunch of subspecies of that's just been around to create them. That's what I believe.
Well, you're right to an extent of like, I wouldn't, the way that you worded it might be wrong, saying YT people are like defects. Well, because like at the end of the day, if you would have followed like the gene pool of staying in Africa, you wouldn't have YT people. They moved norther to the side. I mean, because of genetics, over time they needed to become lighter. Their eyes needed to become lighter. Of all the snow, they needed to be able to see better. So to an extent,
no,
yes,
that's not how that works. Hair texture not determined by climate.
Yeah, I feel like they got dog hair literally. So like, if that were true, that they would have their features, but their hair would still be coily like a Black person. But it's not, like, it's literally like animal hair on top of their head, and they attract lice and all these germs and stuff. Like, I don't think they got the same makeup as us at all.
Nigerians get lice too. Can't do that.
What?
Yep, gotta look it up.
Lice, yeah.
Well, African people are the same as YT people.
They do.
What?
Black people can get lice too. It's just not as common because our hair doesn't produce that much oil as YT people. But Black people can get lice too.
Africans can get lice.
Specifically Nigerians.
I've never seen an African with hair. That's why I'm.
Oh.
Oh.
I'm not saying this. Does this new person want to talk? I'm not saying his name.
Yeah, what's up? Yo.
Peckerwood. You don't want to say his name?
Don't, like, why is his name that? Are you hello?
Yeah.
Where are you from? Which ethnicity?
I'm a foundational Black American.
From where?
Louisiana.
An FBA or an FBA from Louisiana?
Yeah.
Where your parents from?
Virginia.
Where your grandparents from?
Virginia. Like, what you mean?
Where your great grandparents from?
If you're, I'm not doing the semantics with you. I'm just.
I kind of don't believe you.
Why you
It's
say
not
that?
semantics. He asked this question to everybody. Who joins.
I asked the question to everybody. So you said your FBA. How far your lineage go back?
Shit.
Leave him alone. He good. I was like, he good to y'all. That don't mean he good to me.
Like 1870s, bro.
Like people can tell me anything. Yo, just he said he good. Leave. Nah, no, he don't. That don't mean he good here. That's because he's good to y'all. He said he's trying to rally. He's really trying to rally you back to Africa, I guess. To match is a good chance. Please read books. All right, he said you can't. Right, like why? Wait, why is your name Peckerwood?
It's Peckerwood punishment.
That's even worse.
Hey, can we get that New York dude back up here? I just want to talk to him. He's still in here?
I don't think so.
I wanted to say something just really briefly about the whole FBA thing. Is that okay, David?
For sure.
So it's funny because earlier I was on Not Black Africans panel and Kenya was there and it was somebody else that was in the comments. And I guess this is why I know Venus has made multiple comments about FBA. And I'm not gonna lie, like sometimes she would comment and I'm like, why does she keep saying that? So I didn't know FBA now has a website. I went to the website and it directly states on there that FBA is linked to the continent of Africa. Of course, I understand and know that the Black part in itself is like a misnomer, right? Like, and it's very broad, very general, and also very, really disrespectful. But I just use the term specifically again for TikTok. So I guess this is also what Tyrone was trying to explain to me like a week or two ago when we were on the panel. So if anybody is in the comments and you're stating that you are also FBA, I am just suggesting that you do your due diligence and go to officialfba.com, and it has a description there now. The website was just set up in February. So it's important now not to even the whole
That
FBA
website been around, actually.
I didn't know. Well, I looked it up.
It's been around.
It said February 2025.
He updated it probably, but the website's been around for like.
I had no idea. So I'm like, I understand now. Like,
It's probably a fake page.
Tariq was just talking on Twitter. So what Tariq, from what I gathered from yesterday, like, he's saying that he's indigenous from here, and that not many Africans came over. So
Tariq be flip flopping because I heard him say that he's I'm not. Of course, I'm not denying my African ancestry. Now you're in. Okay.
Hey, don't disrespect Tariq Nasheed, please.
So that was like 2 months ago.
Yeah, I got a question though.
where are you from? What's your ethnicity when you come on the panel?
You talking to me?
Yeah, the one who just spoke. Hello, sir. Where are you from? What's your ethnicity? Can you hear?
I'm Black.
New York from where?
Nigga, I'm Black. Nigga, I'm from New York City. Nigga,
Where your
nigga, Brooklyn. Figure it out.
Watch it. Yeah, where your parents from, yo? Where your parents from? Huh?
I'm Trinidadian, like FBI.
If you're coming on my panel, I need to know where you're from, fuck nigga. So stop acting like a fuck nigga and answer my goddamn question.
You feel tough?
Do I feel tough? You came on my panel. You came off my panel cussing. Do you want to have a conversation or not, nigga?
I didn't come on your panel. You
talking all that bullshit in my chat. Come speak.
Yeah. Are you done acting like a?
Am I done acting like a female? You came on. You came on.
Female?
Like you came up here to troll or something. You ready to have a conversation now? Are you ready to have a conversation now, nigga? Yes or no? I'm acting like a female, but you from New York. But I'm not. Hold on. I'm not acting like a little girl. Your daddy a little girl because he fled, nigga. Yeah, your daddy fled. Yeah, your daddy fled. Your daddy fled, nigga. Your dad's a bitch. How about that? Because he fled. Only women and children are immigrants, nigga.
Why are you from Trinidad talking on some jit? Speak how people in Trinity speak. Like what? You're not a Florida. You're not.
Yeah,
Florida,
your dad came over here and signed a goddamn oath that your dad signed an oath that he would unalign with his country to serve America. So if a war breaks out, a WAR breaks out between the United States and Trinidad, guess who your side your dad gonna be on? He's treasonous. He's a coward. Exactly. Your dad signed a form of treason against Trinidad. Y'all ain't never. Why aren't you in Trinidad right now? Huh? You can get deported. I can't, sir. So watch your mouth. But yeah, we got. Does somebody want to drop for Gerbil?
I just wanted to say the whole FBA thing and for everybody to be aware. That's
What's
Wait,
FBA?
though. How do you determine if you FBA or not? Like what real woman or I don't know your name, but
yeah. Don't if you're African. You know your family, you know your history, you're African.
I won't talk like that in real life. I'm a trained fighter, sir.
But like FBA stands for like Foundational Black American, right? So like how do you like certify that? How do you certify that?
You have to trace your genealogy.
I guess I should be asking Peckerwood since he claiming like whatever hey Peckerwood, how did you like find out or solidify or certify that you
through the 1870 census. That's how you find out.
So you're like your last name was on there or something?
Yeah.
That's not hold on. That's not true.
What do you mean that's not true?
No, that's not true.
Explain.
Yeah, it doesn't come from. Yeah, you have to trace it back to the 1500s. That's what it says on the website. I thought it was, to my knowledge, up until now. Hold on, I don't like when people talk over me. Were you talking? You can go ahead and talk.
That was a host. That was me.
That was me.
Oh no, I saw his box light up.
No, I was just saying what's up to Pamela. I'm gay? Like what? What do y'all be talking about? Like y'all, your name is.
Hey, respond to her real quick though.
Oh yeah, one second. He can respond, but like, watch out. Who y'all be talking to? Y'all be coming to. Your name is D-I-C-K Jones. Like what? I wish y'all would come up here and say this. But yeah, go ahead. You can respond. Like, what be wrong with these people?
But yeah, you have to go onto the official FBA.com website specifically.
Which website are you looking at? Because I'm looking at
official FBA.com. Today was my first time looking at it.
Okay. But yeah, it's I mean, you know, I for what I remember from the because I first heard about maybe like 21, maybe 22 around that time. Is saying that you know, they had that came over. And that would have been in like the 1500s in the Carolinas. But you know what Tariq Nasheed has been saying as of late is that he, you know, barely any little Africans came over, and that he's from America. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's how I've
Take
heard
is what
it.
you want.
When I started listening to people on the panels, I started to like listen. I went back and I don't have Twitter, but I think they upload some of his videos to YouTube. So I was listening to his YouTube. I've never heard him say anything about having African ancestry, but it does state that on the website. And then when I looked to see, it took me a while to dig, and it looks like he also has ties to that website. So I'm not sure why it's listed as having African descent on the website, but it is listed as that. But
So
even further, go ahead.
So that dude, he said he was talking about like the 1700s is what he traced it back. So I'm on the website right now. It's saying that.
Oh no. I mean, I meant that for because no. I got it confused. That you need to find your lineage through the 1870s census to qualify for reparations. So yeah, I was thinking of something totally different. But yeah, she's right.
Oh yeah, I've heard that said too.
All right.
And Anxious, did you have a question? Or
Hi,
you were just
yeah, I wanted to know what FBA was. My
well, this
mom is
isn't. I
from.
don't think. Well, what we don't want to do is turn this into an FBA space. I specifically would just came up here just to thank Darvid and Venus again because I know they have been trying to in a roundabout way educate me on the FBA term, and so I didn't know that they had a website, so I went to look at it. So don't focus on FBA because this is not an
Yeah, I was just
FBA
gonna say
panel.
you came up to learn about FBAs, but the background says something else.
Oh, okay.
Wait, Anxious, are you white?
No, my dad is white, but my mom is from Haiti. So I identify as black.
Oh,
You said
shit.
you what?
Mhm.
I didn't hear you.
What'd she say? She her.
She said she's half white, half Asian. So but she calls herself black.
Half Asian.
Haitian from Haiti.
Oh, all right.
We
Really quick, y'all. One of y'all can
identify as
drop me
black
so
in
y'all can
Haiti?
make space for someone else.
All right.
Wait, they identify as black in Haiti?
We do. We're black.
You've been to Haiti?
Haitian? Yes, I have been to Haiti. My mom was born in Port-au-Prince. I've been there multiple times. But our roots are from Ghana. My mom has like genealogy dating back to Ghana.
Your roots are from Ghana. Not all Haitians are from Ghana. That's not all
That's
Haitians.
not what black means. Well, black Americans only call themselves black because it's on their legal documentation, on their paperwork. So I was just really confused when Haitians started calling themselves black because I've never seen that on any Haitian paperwork.
On all my paperwork, I say I'm black. And my mom's paperwork, she's black.
Yeah, so that's really strange.
Hold on.
I've never seen a Haitian birth certificate that says black on it.
Right, race black is on your mom's birth certificate.
She was born in Haiti. She was born in Haiti, so she has a Haitian birth certificate. But I was born here, and my birth certificate says black.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right.
They probably just assumed they was like, all right, we just gonna give it to her.
What's up, Donnie?
Hey y'all, I got a question for Anxious, real quick. Just something simple.
Yes.
You said that you identify as black, your mom is black, but your mom is from Ghana. So is she black or is she African?
She is like racially black. And then the roots are from Africa for our family lineage, but she was born in Haiti, if that makes any sense.
No, it doesn't make any sense. So is she black or is she African? There's a difference.
What do you ask?
There's a difference. I'm asking a straightforward question. Is your mother black or is she African? Is she from Ghana or is she Black American?
She has her citizenship, so she would be considered a Black American now.
Okay, so we've clarified that your mother is African and not necessarily, well, I'm not going to say not necessarily Haitian because we haven't classified or clarified if Haitians are Americans or not. But so that's all I had to ask.
Yes.
I just had one small follow-up question. Sorry, Darvid, I'll stop if you wanted to say something.
I'll go ahead.
Okay, Anxious, I just wanted to ask, so I know that coming from the islands, most of them we know a lot of them are Indians, but for the ones that came from Ghana, especially probably in the late 1800s, more than likely, or early, it's fair that you come and are under, like your mother would be under the same classification as quote unquote African Americans or Black Americans who have lineage here?
I would think so because the French colonizers brought the Africans, the Ghanaian people to Haiti. So it is quite similar to the way that the Black Americans were brought from whatever countries they were from in Africa.
We weren't brought here, is all I'm saying.
Why you don't need to be identifying as black? You're talking about your African descent and you immigrate, your people immigrated here. Then you take on a word that was used on indigenous people. Black was a slur used towards indigenous people. And you're calling yourself black, but you just said you come from Ghana. But you just said you come from Ghana.
It's on my government ID, so I don't know which way y'all want me to identify.
That means your mother specifically wrote that down on your paperwork. So that's your people's fault that it's on your government ID. That means you chose to put that on there. So I don't know what your point is.
So how more black could I be if I'm racially black?
You're
What is
half,
racially black?
you're not even right. I was about to say you're half at that.
You're a half breed. That's what we
So
call.
now we're doing that. That I'm
we
less
ain't
black
gonna
than
do no.
other people are.
Is that
So what? Hold on. So hold on 1 second. Then what would be two people with a person with two black parents? Are they super black?
No, they're black as well.
Yeah. So how is that the same? How is that quantified the same way if you have a person that you're just as black as you are white?
Well, to a lot of people, biracial is not a race, so I identify as black because I'm more black presenting than I am white.
So somebody if somebody's half black, what would be someone that has two holes?
They would be completely black.
Super black, yeah. They would have to be super black then, right?
There's no such thing as half black. It's called mixed. Whatever this chick is talking about, I'm actually mixed. I can attest to what the fuck she. What are you talking about, ma'am? Please explain.
You guys, you mixed people. I don't mean to say it like this, but you guys have kind of identity crisis to the point where
we don't have an identity crisis.
No.
We
Let me
don't
finish
belong
what I'm
to a
saying.
certain race.
You guys do have.
No, we don't have an identity crisis. We just don't belong to a certain.
No, you do. That's why we're asking questions. Is it fair? See, because you didn't really answer my question. Is it fair that you would be able to immigrate here and be under the same classification as people who were already here? Do you see how that messes up the confusion of who people are? Do you see how that erases who people are?
All right, we got a bunch of people
Black
requested.
from
Folks want to
Haiti
drop.
versus black from Africa. You're saying is it the same?
Oh, Haley dropped him. Okay, all right. Yeah, we got a bunch of people requested. People want to drop so others can come up.
Yeah. So yeah.
My question. Thank you for having me. Y'all have a good day.
All right.
Yeah, and then you're confusing me because you said you're half Haitian, but then you're saying your Haitian ancestry goes back to Ghana, so you'd be half Ghanaian, not half Haitian.
Can I speak on the black woman speaking on mixed people when I'm mixed myself?
Absolutely not. I have to say something because
She just left.
the mixed race people absolutely, quite literally, have an identity crisis. Like she just said that she's half white and she's half African, but she identifies as African because she is more African appearing. So that means that she doesn't she has another side that she is confused about. Like
He got dropped again.
Mixed people literally have identity crisis. I don't understand what he's saying.
What would you prefer that we identify as?
Like let them stay up here. Like I drop them if I say so.
What would you prefer that mixed people
Actually, she's
identify
more
as?
confused. Actually, she's more confused.
I'm bringing him up. Hold on. I'm bringing him up. Like, stop dropping him. Like.
Yeah, actually, she's more confused than that because first she said she was half Haitian, but then she said her Haitian ancestry goes back to Ghana, so she'd be half Ghanaian, not half Haitian. And then she's saying she would be considered a Black American, but Black Americans are not from Ghana and Black Americans are not Haitian. So now she's saying she's Black American. So
you're talking about what people that were brought here like during slavery.
But Black Americans are not Haitian or Ghanaian. So how could you be Black American?
Because I'm Black and I'm an American.
Huh? How are you American if you just said you're half Haitian?
I'm half Haitian, but I have American citizenship.
And then how are you Haitian if you're from Ghana?
You're a citizen.
Okay, so do you want to trace back to the origination of exactly where your ancestors came from? Your ancestors came from many different places.
No, if you were born here, that would make you an anchor baby.
Okay, anxious. Ask me where am I from? Ask me where my mother's from or my.
Where is
your mother from? It doesn't matter where your mother's from. It matters where you're from. Why are you telling us?
That's the problem, babe. That's why I said that you have an identity crisis. You don't even know where your people are from.
Tell us her history. Tell us
yours. You have 2% African in you. You probably got a 0.99%
My mother is white and my
have
father is black.
American
Try
in
again.
you. And the only way you have American is because the time you came through is on American.
Okay, so the point is you said you're half white and half Haitian, but then you're saying you're Black American. You cannot be oh my goodness. You cannot be American and Haitian unless you have an American parent and a Haitian parent. But you just said you don't have an American parent. You said your parent is from Haiti, but then you said your parent's not even an actual Haitian. You're saying her ancestry goes back to Ghana. So then she's not a Haitian then. So then you're not Haitian. You're half white and half Ghanaian, and white is also not a race or an ethnicity. So what country is your white parent from? And since they're white, they're actually not a real European either. So really, you would be half test tube baby and half Ghanaian. That's really what you'd be. Y'all all have identity crisis, including the biracial man right there. He also has identity crisis because he also identifies as half white tea. White tea is not a thing. That's not a thing. That's a social status. Dark-skinned Europeans were marked as white tea because they had land. That doesn't mean anything. Y'all don't know where you come from. So you was half Cabbage Patch Baby and half Ghanaian. You're not half Haitian and you're not half white tea. You're not a Black American. You was Ghanaian and test tube. That's what you are. Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, I would disagree with that only because, okay, one of my parents is American. So our lineage on my dad's side goes back to Ireland, but we obviously emigrated here and he was born here, so he's American, right? European. Now, my mom is from Haiti. The original roots of her family in Haiti, because a lot of Haitians were brought over from Ghana by the French colonizers. So I'm just talking about the original root. If you want to talk about like, okay, I'm giving you the most recent landing point of my ancestry, which is Haitian. If you want to talk about the original, I don't know which country in Africa my original ancestors came from, but yes, I am Black because I'm originally from Ghana. The people brought us from Ghana to Haiti, and so I am Haitian and American, Haitian and white. I don't know why it's so hard to understand or why people take so much offense to mixed people wanting to identify as Black, because if we don't, it's a whole nother problem. White people do not see us as white, so why can I not embrace my Blackness? I don't understand. And if you're saying that, okay, you can only identify as a Black American if you were brought over here during slavery times, during the colonization of America, I don't feel like that's valid, because lots of people were brought over here from different places, and the same thing happened to the Haitian people from the French people doing it to them. So I don't understand. Anyway, that's it. That's all I had to say.
That's not what a Black American is. A Black American is not the Americas. That's not what a Black American is. This is exactly why you should not be identifying as Black. You don't even know what a Black person is. You should not be using that term. And then, like you said, you're not Haitian. If you just said your ancestry goes back to Ghana, you're half Ghanaian. And then I keep telling you, you're not European. White tea people are not the original Europeans. The original Europeans were dark skinned. So no, you're not Irish. It's probably that your father was created in a test tube in Ireland. He's not original to Ireland, because the original Irish were depicted as having dark skin and curly hair. So no, you're not Irish, you're not Haitian, you're not American, and you're not Black. You're half test tube and half Ghanaian, like you said. Yeah, and
Don't tell me how to run my live, yo. Don't tell me how to run my live. Go make your own live. You don't like how the live is going. Go ahead. Go ahead, G.
So I was just gonna ask Anxious if she, obviously since she's on this panel, like she's going to identify as Black, but I feel like because she has a lot of, well, not a lot, because she has kind of both sides, does she like switch from like, okay, I identify as this when I'm in this type of setting or scenario, versus like in a panel like this where we're pretty much all like of African descent, where she identifies as her Black side.
All right. I switch. All right, you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
I'll wrap you up. Go ahead, Gerbil.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we're not African descent. Everybody in America does not come from Africa. Let's cut this out. And to her point about being Haitian and Haitian people coming from Ghana, no, Haitian people don't. Her family come from Ghana. Most Haitian people are European or have some type of Spanish in them, or Spaniard. They do not come from Ghana. Okay, so let's get this straight. And if you're a Haitian coming to America, you would be a Haitian American. I know this because one of my parents are Haitian, one of my parents is American. So that'll make me a Haitian American. None of my parents come from Ghana. Our genetics don't go anywhere near Africa. My father, Ireland. That's where his genetics is and how they connect to Haiti. So y'all need to do some real, when I say y'all, people that disagree need to do real research. Y'all can't just be saying things and not making any type of sense whatsoever. All Americans don't connect to Africa. All Haitians don't connect to Africa. We don't. So let's cut this out. I'm done. You can wrap me out, Darvit.
All right, go ahead, Dr. Williams. You there? I guess not. Wrap up. All right. Hold on. Wrap them up. There you go. All right, go ahead.
All right, so for everybody listening, right? Black and white is not determined on where you were born. It's a name given by white people in America. So just like if you live in DR, you would be considered Dominican. If you live in Puerto Rico, you'd be considered Puerto Rican. LA is still kind of considered Mexico. You can be considered Mexican being from LA and be considered Black being from New York City. It's just a document the United States put on it. The parents are the same, the culture is different. So when mixed people might identify as Black, they're not identifying their ethnicity as Black. They're identifying their culture as Black. When I grow up, I speak Ebonics. White people don't consider me white. Black people don't consider me Black. We're still mixed at the end of the day. Just because somebody tells you that you're Black based on how you grew up, how you talk, how you look, it doesn't mean you're Black. That's like identifying yourself with how police officers identify you. There's people that look Asian, but they're Spanish. Are we going to identify ourselves as Asian just because people look at us as Spanish? No. Your parents, no matter where you're from, are still two ethnicities, European or African. If they're born in Puerto Rico, guess what? The culture is going to call them Puerto Rican. If they're born in the Dominican Republic, guess what? The culture is going to call them the Dominican Republic. You guys don't realize how big the United States is. The United States can be considered multiple countries. Like I said, Mexico still claims certain states as their land. If you really want to go about it, if you get rid of the documents, somebody could just call you Mexican if you're from Los Angeles. It has nothing to do with where you were born. Your ethnicity stands no matter what. It's the culture and it's the documents that you have to process. I feel like I don't have to keep talking in circles. Me and Darvid Osiris can be born in Jamaica, or we can be born in DR, or we can be born in PR. We will still have the same ethnicity, but we will identify with different cultures based on how we learn how to speak, how we learn how to act, how we learn how to live. That's why when you go to DR, you see white, Black, and
ethnicity and culture. Culture is a part of ethnicity. Like when people come together culturally, that explains ethnicity.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
Yeah. I don't believe that people from Haiti came from Ghana. Well, not all, because Haiti was an empire. And for you to be an empire, you have to be there for hundreds, even multiple hundreds or even thousands of years. Okay. And it's a known fact that Haiti was an empire. Okay. So, and the majority of people in Haiti are Black. So this means that all Haitians, the majority of Haitians were always there because it was an empire. Okay. Haiti had an emperor, the Saline. Okay. So when y'all say that Haitians come from Ghana, that is folly. That means the empire had to come from Ghana, and it didn't. It was always there. That's all I gotta say.
All right. All right. All right. Who's next? Wrap up. Go ahead, Tyron. What's up, Tyron?
Hey, everybody. Can you hear me? Testing.
Yeah, what's up?
All right. So I heard a lot of nonsense going on here from a tragic mulatto, and she doesn't know or understand how genetics work. Because for one, you wouldn't be considered Ghanaian in your 8th generation. That alleged African would be lost through recombination, and that only takes you to like antebellum and colonial period, which they have not figured out how Black Americans are related to Africans through those periods because they're not testing slave bones. But what they are doing is connecting you to living people that share a similar haplotype to you, that's taking you back to the first humans in the Y and the MT and A. So technically, you would not be African. So, and also black, that's just a social construct. And so is white. It means the same thing. They're non-color shades. And when you look in law and we look over these colonial records, they're often using Negro to refer to indigenous Americans as well. It just means servile status. So you need to check your diction and read over these law dictionaries and build up your vocabulary, because obviously most Black Americans do not know how YTs use their own language versus when they're talking to us and versus when they're talking amongst themselves, because they use their dialogue like a lawyer. So when we might say a certain thing to a European, it means something totally different. That's why we fail the reading comprehension test when it comes to public schools. But y'all got the flow.
All right, good. All right, I'm ending it. I'm gonna wrap showtime up. End the show.
So what does this man mean when he said, if you were born in LA, you could be considered Mexican? My father was born in Compton, California.
Oh my God.
I'm not done. My father was born in, hold on, Tyron, you got a lot of background noise. My father was born in Compton, California, Los Angeles County. And his records do not say no damn Mexican.
That land is there.
What are you talking about?
Dude, wait, what? How do you not know what I'm? Yo,
It's not their land no more.
You say if you were born in LA, you can be considered Mexican. No, you can't. And also, Mexico only owned Texas and California for 27 years. Before that, it was Spain for hundreds of years. So that also don't make no sense. That also don't make no sense.
Me, bro, please stop muting me.
Oh, then please stop talking over me, dummy. Like, what are you talking about?
You have to explain that Los Angeles is considered Mexico to most people before.
For only 20 years? Like, what are you
Do
talking
I really
about?
have to explain
For
that?
only 20 years. For only 20 years.
So
my mom is older. My mom is older than the amount of time that Mexico owned California. My mom is older than the amount of time Mexico owned California. Please stop.
You're literally making my point.
You have
You don't
no
even
point.
realize.
You have no
You're
point.
making my point. You don't
You
even
have
realize.
no
That's
point.
how dumb you are.
And Mexico is a colonizer term. So what are you talking about?
She doesn't even know what the fuck she's talking about.
Man, can you shut the fuck up now? You don't dictate who I make a mod now.
I dictate.
No, you don't, nah, nigga. You don't dictate. Like, stop.
Is knowledgeable, bro.
Man, shut. You don't tell me how to. You're obviously not knowledgeable. All right, show some sources then. Since you're so now, show some sources. So your intellect now source up. Source up. He can stay in the audience now.
With him
he can stay in the
sitting
audience.
up here babbling about California being Mexico, for one, there's different borders, and plus indigenous Mexicans.
I've shown real sources. All sources aren't all TikTok. Y'all see me show government sources. Y'all see me show records multiple times all throughout my page. Y'all stay lying. Y'all gotta lie on people because y'all ain't got no information.
My point was just that I was born in California. I don't have race on my birth certificate. My father was born in Compton. He was born in LA. He does not have race on his birth certificate. His mother was born in San Francisco. She does not have a race on her birth certificate. So I don't know where this whole idea that everyone born in California could be considered Mexican on their documents is coming from.
Right.
When it comes to Venus saying that she identifies as Black because wait, did you say you identify as Black because that's what's on your document?
Yeah, I said Black Americans identify as Black because it's on their legal documents.
Okay. With like for me, being an African, I see being Black as like an American thing. Like you don't really, when you go to Africa, you don't really see people identify themselves as Black because there's no need to. There's damn near everybody's Black over there. So there's no reason to identify each other on, or are you Black? Are you da-da-da-da? No. When you come to America, there's a big difference. There's multiple types of people. So they need to be able to identify themselves like that. When over here, if I'm signing a piece of paper and it asks, are you Black, white, whatever, yeah, I'm gonna check off Black because that's what I look like. But when I go back home, there's no need for me to do that because there's no Black on paperwork. Are you understanding what I'm saying?
But what does black look like? Because Africans are saying that they're black, Caribbeans are saying that they're black, and Black Americans are saying that they're black, and they don't. And Africans don't look like people in America to me. So it can't be based on
Y'all,
appearance.
we gotta stop
Hold
using
on.
the term black
We
for
might
real.
not.
So it can't be based on appearance.
We might not have the same like phenotypes, like our faces might be a little different, but at the end of the day, look at the little girl on my profile. She is brown skin. She is black. Me, I'm black. Like, but that is.
Well, then it's not based on phenotype. Then, if you're because Africans don't look like us, and they come over here and mark down black, so it's not based on phenotype.
Because they're black. Their skin color.
What about what is black? Hold on. What is black?
Say I'm white. Like,
hold on. What is black?
Exactly.
Am I supposed to look at a piece of
Hold
paper
on.
and choose down,
What
I'm
is
white?
black? What is black?
What
does
is
black mean?
Like to me?
What do you mean to you? What does black mean in
For
general?
me personally, like I said, it's a social thing that comes from America. The rest of the world didn't really.
Yeah, but I'm asking, what's the
implement that.
actual meaning? What would be the meaning of it?
Ultra white tea.
Black comes from an
No, I won't.
Indo-European
Wait, don't give her
word,
the answer.
black.
Don't give her the answer. I want her to answer.
I wouldn't know that.
Because she's saying, oh, look at the girl in my background. She would be considered black. Okay, I'm asking you, what does black mean?
I wouldn't know that there's a specific definition for black, but for me going to school here, I would assume that being black, excuse my language, is associated with being Negro.
This is like identifying as a woman, but you don't know what a woman is. But I mean, y'all do that too around here these days. So that makes sense. I said this is like identifying as a woman, but you don't know the definition of a woman. But y'all do that too in this country. So it makes sense why y'all don't know what black is, but you're calling yourself black. So that makes sense.
So what is the definition of black to you?
So
Tyron, your background is too loud. Like, go
I
somewhere
want
else.
to know what Venus's definition of black is too.
There is it's a slur that was used against indigenous people. If you're not indigenous, you're not black. You're not black. Like what?
Again,
you're not an indigenous American. There's no way your people could be considered black. Like, what are you talking
I don't think
about?
you were understanding what I was saying. What I was saying was the term black, again, is an American construct.
An American construct used against indigenous Americans.
Hold on.
Used against indigenous Americans.
Goodness. I understand that, but you're not listening.
You don't understand because I asked you the definition of black and you wouldn't even give me one.
Listening to me.
You still have not given me a definition of black.
I just told you.
For me,
you just said it was a social construct in America. You didn't actually say what it means.
Y'all too loud in my ears. Y'all too loud in my ears. I need different mods. I don't need start your own live trolling for chicken. You don't tell me how to run my live. Don't tell me how to run my live. But y'all don't want to start your own lives because nobody will show up. That's why.
Ooh-wee.
Can y'all tap the screen? Tap the screen. Tap the screen.
Like Vina, these are the same. These are the same questions I ask anybody else. Like, what is black? What is black? Because so many people will identify as black or were identified as black. So what is black?
That's what I'm saying. You
Can somebody? Hold on. No, I want people that's saying they black. What is black?
There's two different types.
And who has been historically classified as black in the United States?
Yeah, and I asked her that because she said the girl in my background would be considered black, and I'm like, based on what? What does black mean? What does nobody wants to answer? Oh, well, I want your opinion on what black means. Oh, yeah, of course you want. You want help. Hold on. Of course you want me to answer because you want help. You want help answering the question because you can't answer it yourself. That's why you want my opinion. I'm asking you what does black mean. I'm asking you what does black mean. Like what?
Like, why you bitching about the mod, Jeff? Now you're muted.
I'm not trying to disrespect you, bro. I'm just asking.
Like, why you bitching about the mod? Stop bitching.
It's because we keep muting
Is
him.
a black a
Yeah,
shade?
yeah.
Black is a black a shade? So,
Is black a what?
A shade. Black is a shade.
A shade, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So how black means Africa? How black get to means Africa in 2025?
Black is a
black
slur.
does not mean Africa.
Black is a slur. It's a social status. It means to be of lower social status, and it was used on indigenous people.
Okay, suppose I paint my bike black.
That's not what black means at all.
Suppose I paint my bike black, right? Is my bike African? Yes.
One more time.
Suppose I paint my bike black. Is my bike African?
Oh, right, exactly.
Can you ask Venus that question?
I don't get Venus's definition.
Listen,
that
I
was a
got
good
on a
one.
black.
That was a good one. I'm not gonna lie. That was a
I
good
got
one.
on a black Nike suit right now. Is my Nike suit African?
Yeah, exactly.
Huh?
I don't get Venus's definition because she's saying it's for like a lower social class or like indigenous people, but you wouldn't call like other indigenous people black. So I don't understand what
They
the
were
definition of black
historically.
is.
Yes, they were. Hold on. They were historically called as black in America. Indigenous people in America. That's my family. That's my family's history. That's the history of a lot of people's family. American Indians. Wasn't no Native Americans classified as black.
Also, if I could add real quick, the indigenous people of the Philippines, they called them Negritos, and Negrito actually means black as well.
Little black.
Hold on, don't
Melanesia. Literally, if you break down Melanesian, it means Black Island.
Look, Negrito comes from the word Negro. Melanesia comes from the word Melanin. Okay.
I'm sorry, keep going.
So what's the problem with identifying as black then? I don't get it.
What's the problem as identifying as black?
If you're not black, you can't identify as it. It's simple.
If you're half and half,
it's not a social status.
If you're an Arnold Palmer, right? If you're half and half, if you're half black and half whatever, then guess what you are? You're just half. You're mixed.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to tell them, bro. These people look at it as because they were raised predominantly black that they're black now, just because they don't look white to others. That doesn't mean you're black. That just means you were raised that way. That's your culture. That's not your ethnicity. That's not your national.
If I may interject on this matter, so from a legal sense, Africans would have been technically white, free white peoples on historically. So let me give you an example. Cassius Clay, aka Muhammad Ali, when he came back from the Olympics, he tossed his own medal in the river because he saw, he was discriminated against in a white man's diner for trying to order cheeseburgers.
YT.
Well, he tried to order cheeseburgers from a diner after he won his victory in the Olympics, right? But he saw like Africans being served before him, and they did not serve him what he wanted to eat. And he saw that YT people treat Africans differently from Black Americans.
Yep.
That's another example. So historically, when you're talking about the first alleged Africans brought to the United States on the New World, they would have been classed as free YT people. They were not slaves in the sense of indigenous Americans that were not Christian, and technically they didn't convert to Europeans' ways. They were savages or wild people. And at that time, they were utilizing indigenous Americans as slaves, and they were also calling them Negro, hence the term Negro to Terra, Negro to Guinea. Africans that were brought in after they started settling in with the Spaniards and the Portuguese. But when we're talking in the sense of the United States alone, they were classifying indigenous Americans as Negroes in the colonies, and they were combining them with alleged Africans.
Thank you, CW.
At that time frame. And the first Africans that were brought to Virginia, they weren't technically slaves. They were free people or indentured servants. And it became a switcheroo over the next period through 1700s, I believe, when they were trying to make Africans for life as slaves. But initially, they were talking about Black or Negro being used for indigenous people, not Africans. And only like a tiny amount of Africans got brought into the U.S. But in context of South America and the Caribbean, that's where they brought the bulk of Africans to.
Tyron, can I ask you a question real quick, brother?
All right, before we get into it, I'm making an app, a social media app. If y'all tired of being on TikTok and X, and hold on. Yeah, and the racism and stuff like that. I'm making an app. Currently developing it on iOS, trying to get everything done. But if you want to donate to it, feel free. No, I'm not. Carl, I got too many mods. I don't know you, yo. I'm not modding you. Stop asking.
Tyron, can I
Like
ask
the
you a
live.
question? So during that Atlantic slave trade, right, it's a very big thing in the culture that Black people hate Europeans based on slavery. Can I ask you how you feel about the Africans that so-called allegedly had Africans on the shore for Europeans to pick up? Why is it that Blacks hate Europeans, but they like Africans and want to be so attached to the name that they were sold for war debts, slaves, even sex debts? Like,
Wait,
So,
what?
Go ahead. Censor your words, please. But anyway, historically, you had some Black people that were indeed classified as white and given certain privileges during slavery, like Code Noir, where you're pertaining to French people. Some Black people had like white status and they weren't actually slaves. Whereas in other systems, you had like depending on which European colonizer, they gave certain people privileges. And in Africa, for example, you had a lot of mulatto slavers, and you had a lot of full-blooded Africans that were slavers, like Queen Nzinga or Anacolas Pippin and stuff like that. So people tend to forget that slavery back then was nuanced. It wasn't just old Black victims and white oppressors, but it was more of like a business. Because literally we are on the Confederate money in the South. And you had a lot of free people of color in the South and the Eastern woodlands during the colonial and antebellum period.
thank you for your answer. I appreciate that.
We got new people. We got Maneka and we got, Shada. Maneka, you there? Oh, Monica. Why is her? All right. Monica.
Yes. Hi, I'm sorry. I stepped away. I heard my
Oh
name.
yeah.
How you doing?
Oh okay. Oh yeah. Are you? Where you from? What's your ethnicity?
My ethnicity, indigenous. I'm from New York.
Okay. Okay.
mhm,
All
and
right. Good. Are you of African descent?
no,
All right. All right. That's cool. You got anything to add?
I did, but I think the conversation shift and someone dropped. So I probably am going to drop to get someone else an opportunity. But gratitude
For
for
sure.
having me.
All right. No problem. Gratitude.
Yeah. Yeah. I hear my boy there just now say that the most of the people sorry, I'm from the Caribbean, from Barbados. And I don't rep Africa at all. See, because I know of my Black European ancestry, which a lot of us don't know, which was purposely erased. Okay. So I hear my boy say that the majority of people that came to the Caribbean came from Africa, which is not so. The majority of people in the Caribbean, especially Barbados, Jamaica, Antigua, Montserrat, came from Ireland, Scotland, and England as Black Europeans. And also, a lot of you Americans are Black European and Black Amerindian. And I'm not one of them people that will say that slaves did not come from Africa, because slaves did come from Africa and slavery did exist. But African slaves were the last and the least amount of Black migrants to the West. Bottom line. And that is history that they actually purposely erased. That's where we get our last names from. And that's why they tell us we get our last names from YT, which is not so. We
What's up,
came
Pastor?
with our last names.
Hey, what's up, Storm? All right, go ahead. You go ahead. Hey, what's going on YouTube? What y'all talking about on YouTube? Oh, brother, Shabaka over there ranting, going on a COKE rant, a cola rant. But yeah, anybody? Go ahead.
And not only this, when Americans diss people from the Caribbean, they actually diss themselves, because a lot of them came up from Barbados, especially those in the Carolinas. Okay, Barbados.
Oh, that's my new show. That's my new group of people. Everybody in the Carolinas ain't got Barbadian roots.
The majority.
No,
The
they
majority.
don't. No, they don't,
Yeah.
yo. No, they don't. Show some genealogy. Show some genealogy.
Look, Barbados colonized.
Show some gene. I got family
Carolinas.
from North. I got family from the Carolinas, dude. But they don't come from Barbados.
Oh, you know that?
How do I know? Because I've done my genealogy, dude.
I'm not arguing with you, buddy. So
Yeah, so I'm part Geechee. They ain't come from Barbados.
Listen, the Geechee alone.
No, they don't. Do you know what Geechee means, sir? Sir, do you know what Geechee means?
Well, Gullah alone.
Do you know what Gullah means?
What it means?
Gullah can come from Wale. You also have Gullah that's in the Bible. That's a Hebrew name, right? Yeah, right. So also Geechee comes from the word Ogeechee, the name Ogeechee, which means river of the Uchi. They're not from Barbados.
And I just want to add that Gullah Geechee is two different people that came together. There are people. There are people. Hold on. There are people today who only identifies Geechee. There are people today who only identifies Gullah, and there's people who identifies both Gullah Geechee.
Correct.
So,
correct. Geechee is
But
from America.
stop talking folks, guys. Most people from the Carolinas are not from Barbados, yo. Stop that. Stop that.
Listen, you have Charleston alone.
That's not true.
Charleston. Stop. No, dude. There are already tribes in Charleston. Who are the tribes of Charleston?
Listen,
The tribes of Charleston are the tribes of Charleston are Yamasee, right? They're Uchi, there are Wasama, right? There's Kuso and they're Natchez.
Who name it Charleston?
Hikiti,
King Charles. Yeah. Charleston is named
question.
after. Hold on, I'm trying to say something.
They're listening.
The Charleston is named after King Charles. There was more people taken out of Charleston than brought into Charleston.
You're correct, but they were Indian.
So how are most people from the Carolinas of Bayesian descent?
Listen to me. All right, listen. All right, you gonna listen before you talk.
Background noise.
You gotta prove it. If more people were taken out of South Carolina or out of Charleston than brought into it, and there's already indigenous people in Charleston, how are majority of people in Charleston of Bayesian descent?
You should research it. Don't get it from me. Get it from research.
I have family from these areas, dude. I'm telling you.
Did you research it?
Yes, I have family, dude. I'm telling you, you're not from South Carolina, dude. You're not.
I'm from Barbados.
You're not from South Carolina, so stop trying to tell people that have lineage to South Carolina where they came from.
Wait, so who are the indigenous people of Barbados? Is it the Taino? Shada?
Yep.
The Taino are mixed.
Arawak and the Caribs.
The Taino, the Arawaks, and the Caribs are mixed. They're a mix
No,
of different.
the
They're a
Arawaks
mix of
and the
different.
Caribs are
Hold on,
Taino.
they're a mix of different
Both-
tribes from the
listen.
mainland. They're a mix of different tribes from
Both
South America and
Arawaks
North America.
And the
So
Caribs are Taino. Okay? Both.
I'm not going to talk over you, sir. The Taino are a mixed group of people. They're a mix of different tribes. They're a mix of people from South America and North America. They did not originate on the island. So how can the North Carolinas come from the Bayesians, but the Bayesians come from the mainland?
Listen, the Caribs and the Arawaks are both Taino.
The Tainos are not original to the
Arawak and
Caribbeans.
Carib.
The Tainos are Spanish.
The Tainos are mixed.
A mixture of Arawak and
They're
Carib.
Spanish.
Tribes from the mainland. So they did not originate on the nobody originates on an island.
I
Not
never
possible.
said that. I said the
Uh,
Gullah culture
hello, Mr.
originated
David.
in Barbados.
Listen,
David.
What you want, yo?
Yeah, I think you should go and suck dig and die.
What? What did he say?
He said you
What did
should
you say?
suck one in.
Stick you a move. He just stuck you a move.
You should go and suck a dig and die.
Oh shit.
Why are you imagining me trying to do that? That's sus.
Yeah.
That's sus. Why you thinking about me going down on another man? You must want to yeah. Yeah, he must want to suck on himself. So
Yeah, back to the topic, man. Just forget that idiot, right? If you Google Barbados Gullah Geechee or Gullah Geechee Barbados, you will see what I mean. It's either one of the two. One will put you on one. If you Google Gullah Geechee Barbados, it will put you one way. But if you Google Gullah
everybody
Geechee,
from there don't got that. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Most people don't have that.
listen, the majority of the people in South Carolina descended from Barbadians.
No, they don't, dude.
So
There was
why do-
already people there were already people in South Carolina. What was South Carolina before it was South Carolina?
Let me rephrase it.
What was South Carolina before it was named South Carolina?
Well, let me rephrase myself. The majority of migrant black people in the South and the Carolinas migrated from Barbados. You understand that sound better? The majority of migrant black people, that means the people that migrated to the Carolinas came from Barbados. And the majority of black American Indians who left the Carolinas, majority of them went to Barbados. It was an exchange because
Majority of them went to the Bahamas.
the
Majority of
Indians
them
who
went
were
to the Bahamas.
captured, in the Carolinas used to
No.
escape because they knew the terrain.
No,
So
majority of them
go
went to the
ahead.
Bahamas.
The
That's why the
plan was-
Bahamian people have the exact accent as the Geechee people. They did not go to Barbados.
No,
They went to
no.
the Bahamas.
Barbados, like I could talk Gullah Geechee and you all will not understand me right now. I could talk Geechee.
You do not know Geechee.
Can't
Stop
understand
it.
me. Honey, you telling me something that
You
is a
tried to
fact.
say most of the Geechee people were brought to Barbados. That's not true. They were brought
I'm
to the
trying to tell
Bahamas.
you,
They
it
were brought to the
originated
Bahamas. That's
in
why the
Barbados.
Bahamian people have the exact same accent as the Geechees.
I could talk Gullah
Right.
and you and I wanna can't
Can I say
understand me.
something?
Let me talk Gullah for you.
Hold
I
on,
could talk
hold
Gullah
on.
now
Did you
and
say?
I wanna
Hold
can't
on. Can I
understand
say
me.
something, sir?
Go ahead, receive.
The Geechee is Georgia and Florida. The Gullah is South Carolina, Georgia, North Carolina. I don't know where you got your information from, but you lying, bro.
This ancient information. This is not the
Geechee
2000.
comes from the
It's not
UK, I'm
ancient
pretty sure.
information. It's actually recent
This is not
change.
this
Sir,
ain't a TikTok information.
what do you
I
know
could
about
talk-
the Ogeechee River?
You could
I
talk
already
Gullah for
brought
me.
it up.
Let me ask
What's
you.
up? What's
You
up,
could talk
Silver
Gullah for
Water?
me. Talk Gullah for me and prove me that you Gullah. I could talk it and prove it originate from here.
Sir, stop. We was already established before any type of Caribbeans or any of that, sir.
Let me tell you,
You can't.
we originate that. You understand? And
Do you know that the Americas was already filled up? Like, why you keep making it seem like basically the only reason why America was filled up is because of the Caribbeans? Stop.
no, I said the migrant black people. I never said the homies. I said the ones that migrated.
Migrant black people. There was barely any migrants to.
Huh?
There was barely any migrants.
You know that Barbados colonized Charlestown. I mean Carolina. The Carolinas is a colony of a colony, and that colony is Barbados.
Sir, before it was a colony. Stop.
The Carolinas is a
Seriously.
colony of a
No,
colony.
no,
What
no,
colony
sir.
you feel it is?
The colonies is not that old. Okay.
Hello?
Secondly, hold on, man. Because you sit up here talking about our history like you know it. You don't.
But it's not all. It's black. It's black.
Ain't no
history,
but to
not
that.
only your
Ain't no but
history.
to that.
History does not own. America does not own history. It's black people. It's a
You
culture.
said America don't have their own history.
I say they don't own it.
They don't own it.
The world does not revolve around America or Africa. That's what I'm trying to prove to y'all. The world does not revolve around America.
The world
neither
does not evolve around Africa. That's the whole point.
Neither
It
America.
does revolve
Sir,
around
sir,
America.
stop.
That's why you're calling yourself black.
So what about the black Europeans from Scotland, Ireland, and England? And
Black
Wales?
was only used in the USA. The world revolves around the USA. That's like you. So yeah, the world does revolve around the USA.
So y'all know about the black Europeans from Ireland, Scotland, and England? Y'all know about them?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so how does the black world surround revolve around.
Only considered black when they got to the USA. So
They do what? They do what?
they were only considered black when they got to the USA. The
Correct,
word black
they were
revolves
considered
around
white.
USA history.
He's tripping.
They were
Because
considered
he
white.
keeps no, sir. You keep not understanding that the U.S., which is the United States, is a corporation in America. That's
Well, you
totally
need to
different. Hold
understand that.
hold on, because you're not listening to nothing. The
Okay.
whole point of it is that the United States is a corporation in America, right? So when you transfer
What
from being the Americas to the United States, of course they're gonna say black.
But how old is the
So
United
stop.
States? The
Huh?
colonies are older than the United States. There were
Where
colonies.
was the
before
colonies at?
The colonies were France, England.
That was already here.
Okay, so these colonies united to become the United States. Before these colonies were united, the French, the Spanish, and the English and the Dutch were all separate. They were not united. So it was a colony. It was not no USA at that time. USA means the United States of America,
that.
which means the United Colonies of America. So before they were united, they were ruled separately by the
They're still on
individual.
this land though.
Well, they were ruled separately by England, Spain, Dutch,
That had nothing to
Spanish.
do with
Spanish.
Spanish.
You understand? So
No.
that what makes them United States of America is when they united. When they get rid of the Spaniard, they get rid of the English, and they get rid of the French, and they united as Americans. Okay.
I have a
Not
question.
no USA in the
Okay, hold on,
17th.
Charlie.
Yeah.
Hi, may I ask a question? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
I have a,
Where are you from and what's your ethnicity?
I am 39. I'm from America.
What's your ethnicity?
Hispanic.
From where?
I'm from America.
Where's your Hispanic side from?
My dad's side.
Oh.
Yes. But I just need to ask one question. I found out today, is that offensive to call a Native American guy brother? Is that true or not?
I don't know about Native Americans, so.
But is it offensive to call well, because my boss says you cannot call him Native American guy brother because they say it's racist.
Well,
Political identity, so.
For one,
I guess.
brother just means a confident comrade or whatever. It's not an insult to no American Indian.
Well, my boss had to sit down with me.
Your boss.
I can't say the name of the company, but I work at a girl.
No. What's his ethnicity?
I just said hi to a Native American guy. I said, hi, have a good day, brother. And then later my boss had to talk with me about that, and that says that's breaking company policy.
Okay, so your boss is Native American.
I don't know, but he said in a handbook you can't call a Native American guy brother.
Hold on, I know
okay,
where you're
that's
coming from.
Oh my
Hold on, I
God,
know
go
where
ahead,
you're coming
Tyrone.
from because you got a lot of people within, like, political correctness. For one, you can't use like gender offensive terms like brother and sister. You gotta meet them at company policy, like using gender neutral terms like they, them, and all that. But initially, no, that's not an offensive word to an indigenous American or a so-called Native American.
I was saying it friendly, but they said it was breaking company policy. I thought that was weird.
You should like censor your words when you're working at that job place and use gender neutral terms because people are sensitive about using sir and ma'am and stuff like that.
Yep.
All right, thank you. That's all I had to say. You can kick me out now. I just need your advice.
All right, for sure. Okay, HR Tyrone. HR manager Tyrone. Nah, but God, my app has 10,000 problems. Wow. Gotta love coding for iOS, right? Yeah, you should see my day job.
Besides, what you do? You say you box?
Jujitsu.
Just so, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, this one guy's talking greasy. I pulled out my medal. He ain't say nothing since. He said, "You
What's
think you
good,
tough
family?
on TikTok? What's up? What's up, Black and Mild?"
Brother, let me tell you something, brother. I just had the time of my life. I just got off of a live a while ago, right? And they was making a blanket statement that every Black American in America is African, right?
Oh, brother.
And I asked them this simple question. Tell me if this question is hard. I asked them, can you go into Africa and pull any documentation that says that you are an African? Is that a hard thing to do?
African or anywhere?
Yeah, I just asked them, since they saying that everybody is an African in America, can you go into the archives of the African government and pull documentation that says specifically everybody over here is an African citizen at that?
They can't. I don't think they can.
Literally can't, because they try and force us into this homogenous clump. But in actuality, when we appropriate their stuff, they sit up here and say, "Y'all culture's stealing our stuff." Like, for example, when they came out with that Black Panther movie and Beyonce Black is King, you saw an entire uproar of a whole bunch of Africans giving their opinion on Black Americans dressing in dashikis and cosplaying Zamundans and all this other stuff, and they got real disrespected and heated over us bigging up Africa. So that goes to show you that we not those people. It's a nuanced thing of you being of that culture and actually having tribal ties to it, because just like they try and nag us about claiming indigenous American identity without having the proof and going through the proper channels, you have to go through the proper channels of claiming an African identity as well.
Come up here, Big Jackson.
Pan-Africans, yeah, they get mad over that Zulu parade stuff too, and they don't see that we're trying to give Africa its props, but they saying that's distasteful, and so we have to walk on shells and kowtow to these people and stuff, and we're tired of it. Like we're embracing our indigenous identity, and they see that we're doing this is upsetting their apple cart of trying to come over here and eat off of our stuff. Because what you're seeing, for example, I was on a live with what's this guy named Gummy Slavy or whatever, and he was over here trying to hijack Black American music and music genres and culture and accredit it to Africa and say we have no culture. But saying Jack E. Forbes, so I pull up his book, he tried to claim it was pseudo, even though it's funded by Smithsonian and backed by Smithsonian. So what we're dealing with is a bunch of culture vultures in Africa trying to erase us.
What's up, Gia?
And tap dance with natives, but y'all got it.
Yeah, this talking about this guy big. We ain't got no records of our indigenous ancestors. Yes, we do. Y'all just don't know what records look like, so y'all deny it. What's up, C3?
Yeah, I just found it funny that they will be like, well, show me this and show me that. And I was like, no, I need you to show me anything that substantiates your claim, that you're claiming that everybody is an African. They couldn't do that.
Right. Like the live too, y'all.
Africans themselves did not come up with the word Africa. That's a Greco-Roman term. So I don't know why they keep forcing these Eurocentric labels on us if they are not identifying people as specific ethnic groups and tribes. And also modern Africans go by racial eugenics taxonomies like sub-Saharan, Bantu, Nilot, and all this other stuff that ain't got nothing to do with science. And they're trying to convince us to claim this sub-Sahara label, which that ain't got nothing to do with geography or point in a pseudo-geographical location that Egyptologists made up.
Oh, Catherine is crazy. Y'all know that I was colonized by Europeans. I was have conversations, not to forget they are Chinese would never delineate from China, only America, only in America. Shabaka's bad about us delineating, saying we're not African. The Chinese would never delineate, like China is not an ethnic group. Shabaka, I hope you know that.
Because you got American-born Chinese, and they literally delineate from immigrant Chinese. Same with Japanese that's born in America, East Indians too. Let's not play these games. Teams had literally wars over delineating from Europe, like the Revolutionary War for one, dressing up like indigenous Americans and tossing tea into the river. What was that all about? Same with the Civil War. The South seceding from the Union and doing business and commerce with Great Britain to build up their own infrastructure. What was that all about?
Right. Hold on, I'll be back, y'all.
And to be real, to be honest with you, I had came into this live and seen the question that was up. And I was like, you know what? That's a good question. So I went over to that live and asked some of these brothers and sisters this particular question, just rephrased it. And the first thing they gonna sit up there and holler, well, can you show this or can you show that? And they start moving the goalposts. And I said, I will give y'all money if you can pull any documentation specifically from Africa that substantiates what you're claiming right now. They couldn't do it. They just kept trying to make jokes. And I was like, I ain't come over here for the jokes. I can be funny too. But I am not here to play games. I am here to actually see if you can make a clear distinction of what you're saying and how your argument falls flat on its face. They couldn't do it.
Angle that they like to do because they try and make race into a science, which it isn't. It's just a construct. But they go against the grain against science, but they want to claim to be scientists while regurgitating haplogroups and DNA tests, which those do not prove your race or ethnicity, only telling you that you got a common ancestor that migrated from Africa thousands and thousands of years ago from the first Homo sapiens. That ain't got nothing to do with the price of tea in China when it comes to getting reparations and the uncovering recent relatives where the DNA can take us, which is only 8 generations. So through recombination, you cannot descend from all of your ancestors and the alleged Africans that's in ours. You can't trace that back because it's lost somewhere in the antebellum and colonial period. And it's only on one branch. You got to figure out which branch is that African on. Same with the indigenous American DNA. They ain't collecting Native American DNA, particularly ones that were involved with the slave trade. So they like to use that fossilized tribe talking point to its convenience to try and negate the fact that Black Americans are owed reparations. Right? And so they use NAGPRA and BIA policies to protect Native Americans, right to sovereignty and disprove or, dismiss anybody that wants to test their ancestry with these new sciences, right? And so it's convenient for them to try and negate our Indianness because Native Americans themselves aren't participating. And you got all these Africans running with nonsense from Skip Gates and Rick Kittles who's misinforming the public trying to sell a product, cherry picking history.
That's exactly what it seems like. You know, they want to do is cherry pick what they only want to listen to, and not looking at all the information as a whole. And I find it weird.
Not only that, a lot of these tell people about where they're from and where they're from not. I'm talking about slavery. They could learn us about slavery. They did not learn slavery in African schools because it's not on their curricula. Whatever they know about slavery, they learn after school, probably on TikTok or something, YouTube or something like that. But we were purposely indoctrinated. So that's why a lot of us are brainwashed and believe that we came from Africa. But them Africans can't tell me nothing about slavery because slavery was not on the curricula on their in their African schools and is not up to today.
Give you another example, because we got a grifter out here that goes by the name Turtle Gang, right? He was perpetuating what we've been saying for years, but then he circles his wagons and try and be this Pan-African savior. And he sits up here and says that we don't have our own phenotype when literally Europeans documented that we do. Like you got Francois talking about how Black Americans has Australoid phenotypes. They have skulls of our people that's approaching our phenotype in Paleo-Indian models. So somebody's actually lying on our own genetics because they're saying that our genetics are unique from Africans.
Yeah, because I remember the study, and they made a good distinction that our skull type is different from the African. And it's like they just look past all these studies and all this evidence that say that we are not them. Even you have some Africans that will come up and tell you, we know that y'all not us. And it's been on video, it's been on recordings of them saying this. I mean, and it just blows my mind that they would sit up here and keep perpetuating this lie.
Yeah, them is agents of chaos. They want a beef between Africans and Westerners. I respect Africans, but what I don't respect about these people, these get triggered when you say you're not African, right? Then
they go tell the Native Americans, like, and they act like Native Americans know everything when they don't. Like we challenge some of these people within the Native American community, like for example, Joya. He didn't know that the Seneca, his own self-proclaimed people, enslaved other indigenous tribes and sold them to the European YTs, and that they also were enslaved too. But they want to place themselves high and mighty, like, oh, we never enslaved nobody. We were always free and rebellious, and y'all come from weak bloodlines, and y'all trying to attach yourselves to us. That's his words. So I plugged in the chat GPT on his own history, and it told me that this dude is a straight bald-faced liar. And he's stealing our talking points and trying to turn it into like something to make him look good. Like another example he would have used, he would try and say, oh, Walter Plecker's laws was targeting us Native Americans. We were called Negroes, not y'all. He wasn't talking about y'all. But for one, he wasn't targeting Mongol natives on the reservation. He was targeting Black Americans who already had those tribes in their bloodlines and free mulattoes as well. So he's being very disingenuous, and you got these goofies sitting up here lying on us and saying that we appropriated something that's in our bloodline.
Not only that, they enslave their own people. The people that them enslave is foreigners to Africa, like the Ashanti. Them enslaved people that migrated to Africa and was doing better than them. So that is why they enslave them and send them to the West. But them people that them enslave, them is migrants to Africa. They migrated to Africa.
So how old is African literature?
You mean me?
Literature.
Honey, I don't know nothing about Africa. I knows nothing about Africa. You see,
Did you hear my question?
you ask me how old
How old is African literature? It's a couple of hundred years old. It's African civilization. That's like medieval period. And if we're going to talk about African literature, you got Sankore University or Timbuktu and all that, right? And many of those.
African literature, which means African context. And African context was created. Do y'all know when? What year?
No.
Because it's not even 200 years old.
Okay then.
Huh?
And we mean African literature because Africa got 1 million languages.
That don't mean nothing. I said, when and what year was African literature or an African context? Somebody already put it in the comments.
That makes sense since I think Nigeria was established around 1960 and most countries were established around that time in Africa.
Yeah, it was established here.
Liberia is one of the oldest African states, and Liberia was formed by Black
And that
Americans.
was in what, 1820?
Yeah, that was formed by Black Americans.
Right.
Black
Right.
Haitians.
So do you know where that is?
Liberia?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, like the 1820s. You probably don't, but it's okay, right?
You mean if I could relate to the 1820s? Yeah, that ain't too far away. That's just there. That ain't too far. And Liberia is one of the oldest Western African states, right? And it was named Liberia because, and the capital name Monrovia.
Where does the word Africa come from? You know that's an indigenous term, right?
What? Indigenous?
Yeah.
So where?
Africa.
No, I don't. I think it was named Aikibulan before it was named Africa.
Alkebulan was created here.
Well, it was named Ethiopia too. It was also called Ethiopia.
Right. And what was Ethiopia called before? It was spelled with an A, right?
I think Kush.
And they describe South America.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I do so this isn't off topic, but just a little side piece of what you guys are saying. So I was on another panel. I think his name is Josh. And I was going back and forth with like a Siberian native. And so he was saying that the reason why melanated people are trying to quote unquote claim indigenous and claim nativeness is because we want their resources and we want their government handouts. And I kept trying to explain to him that that's not even a conversation that no one's even having. But yeah, and I went on his page. So the only reason I'm bringing this up is because I want y'all to see how vicious the attack is on melanated people. It's just akin to white supremacy. They're like, hold on.
That black is native
We are owed those tangibles because they literally enslaved us, and also they removed us out of the tribe. So yeah, we are validated in those tangibles and resources.
Yeah, and I'm not
So
discounting that, but I
You
was
said
just
you
saying
said
that like
enslaved.
that's
Okay,
not.
so wait. Who enslaved us?
Don Cheadle, he was on the freedman's roll being enslaved by the Chickasaw. Yeah, we are owed those
because
and reparations.
So I mean, what was he, native?
Don Cheadle is a Chickasaw freedman.
Is he?
Which is an Indian agent. He's an Indian
When he
agent.
was on, no, he's not an Indian agent. He is on the Dawes Road, not the Dawes.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
So,
but you said that he was enslaved.
When they African American laws with Skip Gates, when they tried to say that, oh, y'all can't be Indian because they was enslaving y'all. No, that also means that you are a citizen of that nation as well, and that you are entitled to those benefits. And if they kicked you out, it means that they have to pay for that stuff because the courts rolled back those decisions, those discriminatory decisions to remove Black American members from the tribal rolls.
Yeah, and I know who set it up, right? See, the thing of it is, a lot of people feel that we were supposed, right, into a, tribe. We are the Dawes Roll, so I agree with you. But see, we're supposed to be running these reservations. You get what I'm saying? Because they're using our genealogical records.
And I do, so I don't want to keep this picture up too long because I don't know if it will get in trouble, but like this is something that a lot of Siberians have been posting. This particular person was posting like scalping. I don't know if I can say that word, but like scalping wobbles. So the hate is vicious and it's wild. I didn't know it was this bad.
That's because they're crashing out. They crashing out. I don't know what else to
Because
do.
that's not no Black
And the fact
person,
of the
that's a
matter
YT
is
man.
that, hold on. The fact of the matter is that they don't want to expose the fact that they were the Mormons, right? Who was going along helping unalive us in the 1800s. You know, before they was wearing feathers, they were wearing hijabs and turbans. I keep telling people that. They are
I didn't know that.
agents. They are Indian police.
No, because turbans are an indigenous headdress, especially in the Southeast. They ain't had the war bonds.
I know that. I was just saying that they were wearing that before they were wearing feathers and pretending to be an Indian.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think they think people want their. We can make the argument that, and I'm not negating that we deserve some type of reparations for that, but that's not even an argument I've ever made. Like when I talk about being like indigenous or like American Indian, like I'm not even talking about trying to get handouts from the government or resources. It's just for me, it's about cultural.
They actually are using our resources. They're using our trust. They are acting as beneficiary over our trust. So they're benefiting, and they have private lease agreements with Pan-African countries.
Oh, wow.
Everybody have to remember that Pan-Africanism was started by nobody from Africa. And their context is so new. People have written nothing about Africa.
Tyrone, mute your mic.
Do you know that I just found this out the other day? Africa, the African UN or some I think it was African UN, they've listed Black Americans as like their sixth state that they're trying to integrate within the African Union in order to get more money and reparations and things. I had no idea we were a part of that.
Hey, sir, I wanted to talk about this. I'm glad you brought it up because the fact that we've been doing this for a very long time. You see, 1945 was a very significant year. That's when naturalization became a thing. That's when they started creating Asian and African countries. That's why they call it the Year of Africa in 1960. So they have, ever since then, with their Pan-African countries, because their Pan-African countries are all of the quote-unquote African countries, which is an import from the Americas. They import everything. It's a business. So I know that they're just now coming out with it, but I've been talking about this for a very long time. They've been getting reparations. They've been stealing from us.
Us to our face, we're not a part of you. You tell us we have no culture, you want nothing to do with us, yet you want to also add us in when it benefits y'all. Like it's wild.
Could you say that again about the African Union? Because I'm about to look this up.
Okay, so before it was the African Union, right? It was the OAU, the Organization of African Unity. That was started by Pan-Africanism, but before that, they actually established the UN in 1945, which changed to the OAU, which is now modernly the AU. You get what I'm saying? So when you look into it, look into the Pan-African Parliament. Pan-African Parliament, please look into it. All of these African countries from 1945 to 1960 were created as member states. Okay? The member states, these Pan-African countries, which is 55 of them, literally they pay the African Union, each and every last one of them. There's a Pan-African president. Literally. While they're stealing from us, instead of them going to build up their own back in their country, they have been building private, quote unquote, sovereign communities in our Americas. So if you look into company towns, ghost towns, and what they call it, mining towns, you will find that our mines are labeled after African names. So, for instance, like I've been telling people, the richest Black man in the world, they say, is a Nigerian. The Dangote, which is his last name, company is a Pan-African company that imports crude oil and petroleum and cements from America. And they take it to their quote unquote Nigerian refinery and sell it back to us. Bogus.
This shit is diabolical.
Because this sounds familiar to me because Pan-African made a meme talking about how us talking about our Aboriginal status is anti-Black towards Africans and saying that Jimmy Carter.
I'm on these panels, and I need to stop going on there because they're like, I gotta protect my mental health. Because they're a little bit triggering. Like I was on this one lady. People who don't even view me as an African.
But the DNA is only like 200 years old.
Oh. I didn't know that. Actually, so this is my backup account. My other account got banned for a few days because I crashed out on her.
Yeah, I gotta watch the crashing out, man.
Yeah, I had to discipline myself over there on that Gummo, whatever his group name is, because he tried to get a rise out of me so I could get
You've been doing good, though, Tyrod. You've been doing better.
Yeah, they literally try to mute your mic and try to insult your intelligence and bombard you with questions and stuff like that.
Yeah, he's definitely a rage. He muted me and like dropped me and stuff like that. Like I only went on there once. I saw what he was about, and I was just like, oh yeah, I'm good on that. Cause I'd be asking, I'd be like, where you at right now? He's fucking in Boston or some shit. I'm like, bro.
Ain't no problem. Right, one of the most racist cities in the country. I bet an African would be there.
He said Boston? Darby?
Yes.
You ain't lying.
Oh man, but I'm gonna hop back on here later, y'all. But I'll talk to y'all. Yeah, I've been live. Yeah, for sure. I'll be back.